ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ wá gbọ́ fídíò yìí. In fact ọ̀rọ̀ wà ńbẹ̀. Ẹ má bù mí, kí ló dé tẹ́ máa ń bú ìyá yín báyìí? Ẹ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rárá ni. Ẹ̀yin ọlọ́gbọ́n tẹ́ wà lórí ìkànnì yìí, mo mú fídíò yìí wá, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ digest ẹ̀. Torí tí èèyàn bá fẹ́ lọ sí orí ipò, ẹni tó bá ń hùwà ìbàjẹ́ tí a bá kọ́kọ́ clean gbogbo, kọ́kọ́ pa gbogbo ara wọn mọ́ná, kí èèyàn farabalẹ̀ wo ẹni tí èèyàn máa dìbò fún kó tó di pé ẹ máa dìbò. Pé kẹ́ ẹ má sì ìbò yín dì fún àwọn olóró, àwọn òpùrọ́. Anyways, gbogbo tèmi ń ṣe lórí kẹ́ ẹ lè mọ̀ ń tẹ́ẹ̀sì ni o. Mi ò bẹ́ nìkan jà, ọba tèmi kí gbogbo lé. Ṣùgbọ́n mo ní kẹ́ ẹ dìbò yín fẹ́ni tẹ́ bá dìbò fún. Ẹ má dìbò fún Kọ́lú. Gbogbo ẹnu mo fi ń sọ Kọ́lú yẹn, especially Kọ́lú. Yes, síbẹ̀ máa ń ṣe pé bí mo post nǹkan ẹ mọ̀ bú mi. Kó má sí bàbá yín gan ẹ bu ebú mẹ́. Yes, èmi náà wá sọ fún yín sí pé ẹ má gbàgbé pé sentimental ni igbákejì Kọ́lú. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti sọ nínú news wọn ti pé Kọ́lú bá débẹ̀ after a year. Ó máa páfúká, òun á bí di president. Ẹ má dẹ̀ gbàgbé pé òun ni olórí àwọn Boko Haram. Àwọn èèyàn yìí, àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí gbogbo láwọn campaign, wọ́n endorse Tinubu. Wọ́n recent wọ́n ń tún yín níta, gbogbo wọn ń pariwo, wọ́n ń dánu, ìyà ń jà wọn kíní kan sáwọn. Ọmọ Yorùbá ronú ara ẹ̀, ọmọ Nàìjíríà think, use your brain. Okay? Àtòní òtátà náà mọ́nú ayé yín. Wo fídíò tí mo fẹ́ fi wọ̀nyí kí wọ́n náà gbọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ gidi ni, ó wà important. But please share it and like it. Thank you so much. Watch.
The scrutiny on P2B is unprecedented. It is just like doctors going to the rectum and they could not find feces because the individual has been able to clean his system properly. So I don't know of any other presidential candidate or any other candidate for that matter, whether governorship, state government, Senate, or any of the chambers of the National Assembly that have been subjected to the kind of scrutiny. And he just comes out glowing. And that's why some of us believe that he's the future of this country. And the youths, who the future belong to, are gravitating around him.
Okay, all right, Dr. Naji. I mean, where you are now is actually interesting because that was where I was coming to. You mentioned Mr. Peter Obi as an exemplary governor who was, exceptional, which is interesting given the fact that practically all the Southeast governors signed on to the fact that they wanted power to come to the South. And a lot of people argue that if power should come to the South, ideally, for fairness and equity, it ought to go to the Southeast. But all of a sudden, things seem to turn around. Party factor, as you said, has come in. Peter Obi of Labour Party is one Igbo or a presidential candidate from the Southeast. Dr. Umeade, Peter Umeade of Abga is another, but of course we can conveniently say that Peter Obi is the front liner among the top four that are running to be president. However, none of the governors, not even the governor of Anambra State, that is the governor of Abga that produced Peter Obi when he was governor of Anambra State, is supporting Peter Obi. We have not seen any major Igbo name behind him. Just a few, VIPs that you can say they're supporting him. His base has been an organic growth kind of people, oriented movement. Does it bother you that at a time that people would think that it will only be fair if the Southeast is able to produce a president, and they found somebody that you attest, is exemplary, but will it bother you that no big Igbo name, no single governor of the southeastern Nigeria has come out openly and boldly to queue behind his candidacy?
I am not surprised. And it wouldn't bother me, even a single minute. Because a system will select its own people. Even in Charles Darwin's world, the survival of the fittest, it is those who are fitted to the environment that is emerging that always survive. Peter Obi was accused as an ethnic candidate. And if it pleased God to wither those people who would have come with that albatross for Peter, then so be it. You don't know about the absence of a grocer in a market peopled by grocers. No single grocer can claim that he has the materials that will present an exceptional patronage or utility to those who come to the market. So the market is a motley market, and in a political environment like this, it is only people who share your vision about tomorrow that will naturally congregate around you. They say that the position of the ego provides envy and jealousy in the kite, because the kite can never assail to the soaring height of the ego, if you get my drift. Some of these people think that once they say power should come to the southeast, they will position themselves to do what they had always known how to do best, how to kill the interest and motivation and the future of the southeast, and sell the thing on a platter of selfish aggrandizement. And here you see a young man. Yes, I use that word very advisedly. You might say Peter Obi is 60 or whatever. It is not so much about the number. You see the vitality. You see the way he thinks. If you have the mind of the youth and you are 90 and God gives you the strength, the health, and the vision to articulate that properly, the youth will not look at you as a 70 or 80-year-old man. They will get around you that so you have experience, you have the passion, you have their interest that way, because the life of the youth is futuristic. It is not here, it is tomorrow. And A.C. Catherine said, I'm interested in tomorrow because that's where I intend to live. Those who are at the bus stop today, should not begin to bother about the kind of transport that will be available tomorrow. Let me just leave it at that. But the most important thing is that nobody who has understanding of what is happening in the Southeast will bother that none of these governors, because like I have painted the picture in my preliminary statement, leadership is about articulation of the desire and the needs of your people and providing the visionary steps on how to achieve them, putting the strategies. That shows that they don't have the interest of the people at heart. And so they have gone their own ways. Does it not surprise you, if you want to use the word surprise, that every effort, frenetic effort is made to bring some of these characters on television to always say that Peter Obi will not win? If Peter Obi does not win, will he die? Is it a family issue? If he cannot win, then let him go. Just, who says that the other parties or the other candidates will necessarily win? But the truth of the matter is that the war is psychological. Very, very psychological. And unfortunately, those who are involved in psychological war are not versed in psychology, both as a discipline and its practice. Because we know that it is only the man who has the ball that is tackled in a football tournament. And the tackle becomes very vicious if the price is very, very high. Those people who don't understand should watch the Qatar activities, the World Cup. The point we are making, when you hear Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that, Peter Obi this, it is a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. One, Peter Obi have been bereft and exorcised of all the spiritual and the ghostly content of those people who have held Southeast down. And those who have become themselves an attachment to the so-called albatross that also have held Nigeria down. So on that strength, they are out. Peter Obi then comes in a puristic sense. So people say, but he was in PDP. He came from Africa. Would he have come from the moon? When you are a leader and when you were a follower, the difference is clear. Because the view of the road differs when you are on the steering as driver than when you are on the side as passenger. Because you know, afford to look and say there's a masquerade on the side, which have been seen by the driver from a distance. But he cares less because he has a direction. Peter Obi has shown that his interest is to deliver this country from these unproductive elements who are interested in wasting our assets in the same way they have wasted their lives. Because many of them have wasted their lives, and so they see politics as the only means of income. Even as they may have been trained as medical doctors, they have lost the syringe. And the nation also lost that training. Some of them can no longer inject a rat, and the rat will be expected to survive, which is a tragedy. Politics is not a vocation. Politics is service. It's a vehicle through which you serve the society by way of giving back based on what you have been and from which you got from the society.
All right.
It is not a vocation. There's a professional politician. No.
All right.
You serve, and you serve in humility, because power speaks most volumes when it is exercised with humility.
All right, Dr. Naji, how much...
In essence.
In essence, yes. Go on, please. Go on. Okay.
Yes. In essence,
yes.
What I'm saying is that nobody misses those characters who are not endorsing Peter Obi. And we can see that those who are there endorsing are not doing well. Because the more they endorse them, the more they lose credibility. Because if you see a wretched person begging in the streets, trying